Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your November 2024 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. It's so funny, I have this ring light that's on its back, if you will, because I just don't want like a bright overhead light, which is probably would be a lot better, but we'll see what happens. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay. Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your November 2024 tarot reading. It's Rena here. So I have this ring light on its back, if you will, just shining straight up. That was the only way to really make it somewhat light without having to turn on the real bright light above. So hopefully it won't be too dim. And I'm just going to see how it works. All right. Might be okay. Okay. Boy, I'm getting this family vibe. What is going on astrologically in the month of November? I have a video out for the November forecast for the astrology for all the signs, so you can check my channel, but I'm trying to think if there's something specifically going on. Oh, well, Mars is in your fourth house, which is the house of home and family. So maybe that's heating things up in that area. And the reason I say this is because I have two cards here. Both of them are fathers. This one is the heart of the matter, and I picked it in a reversed manner. I'm just holding it up so that I'm not holding a upside down card. But not that this, like, you're going to look at this card and go, oh yeah, I totally know what this card means. Because first of all, in this deck, which is the Wild Unknown Tarot, they use Father instead of King. So this is the King of Cups reversed. The King of Cups reversed is, let me just start by saying what King of Cups represents. The King of Cups, kings are, to me, the mastery of the element, or I guess we'd call it the element, the suit of cups. Cups is water, and water signs in astrology. So we're talking about Cancer, and as a matter of fact, the Six of Cups is also connected to Cancer. So maybe there's a Cancer person in your life, but especially a male authority figure who's a Cancer. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And so typically we would say it's a mature water sign male, might be a healer, might be a sympathetic parent, might be a mentor who is really you're in tune with, is really in tune with their emotions. A sensitive person, could be your father, being a king. But it's in the reverse position. So this person is not acting masterful. this person could be immature. They could be like in their 50s and acting like a baby because they're emotionally out of control. With the reversed cups, one of the things that I think of first and foremost is somebody who likes to manipulate, who likes to guilt other people, try to make them feel responsible for his life, his unhappiness. So if you're dealing with, like, for instance, a father who may have a drinking problem or some other kind of substance abuse problem, because the reason, I mean, obviously there are other addictions besides this. I'm saying this specifically because cups, are cups, are actual vessels, and it could be drinking. But anything else to kind of drown the emotions, to try to keep, the person might be trying to keep themselves from feeling things because they have been escaping their feelings. And that's the immaturity that is involved with the reversed card, or out of control type of feelings. And, sometimes if that person is a literal father or other type, maybe a stepfather or an in-law, someone who you feel like you are obligated to deal with, it can make it harder to kind of say, see you later. So you may feel like you have this dilemma. And of course, in the workplace, you have a boss who maybe they have kind of emotional problems and they're taking it out on their employees. And it's like, what do I do about this situation? In the past position is the Two of Pentacles. This is a card of kind of like doing a lot of a balancing act in your life. Maybe you have been going to school and working, or there's so many ways this can play out. It could be even working two jobs. And I wouldn't be surprised with Aries, because you're a cardinal sign, where you might be like kind of preparing, like, I want to leave this place of employment. My boss is nuts. So now I have been trying to, maybe you're saving money, with a second job, and just using that second job to save all your money so that you can leave, so that you can start your business and not have to support yourself for 6 months while your business takes off. Those kinds of plans could be something that you have been in the works for you. And the higher message, again, this was picked reversed. I'm just showing it upright. And in this deck, they show the wheel, the circle, the cycle. I noticed that the sun is at the bottom and the moon is at the top. It's very interesting because I've worked with this deck for several years and I never noticed that before. But anyway, this is reversed. So the Wheel of Fortune can be about, when it's upright, that you're aligned with your success. Things are going your way. Wheel of Fortune can be luck. So there can be this, it's connected to Jupiter. So there just could be like this fortunate vibe that's connected to it. When it's reversed, you may not be feeling that. You may be feeling misalignment. And, like if you have been trying to launch something, get it off the ground, and it doesn't seem like it's working, one thing I would say too is for yourself, like, have you been like the Father of Cups reversed? Have you been feeling like you are out of sorts? Sometimes if a person has, like a parent who has not been very supportive in their life, it can feel rather alienating to even try and do things, because it's almost like you feel as if everything that you do that there's going to be some kind of blowback at some point. Like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And sometimes this can be like a narcissistic parent, that type of, like residue or whatever you want to call it, effect of that. I actually just did a series, an astrological series, with the 4 different elements and narcissism from parent to child. So you can check out my channel for that. That's one of my more recent videos, and I did the water signs. So if you are dealing with a parent who's a narcissist, and I often, when I get the kings or the queens, I do think, especially if they're reversed, that it could be narcissistic behavior. And that can affect our perception of like our own goals and things in the future. Because I think with Aries people, there's a lot of impatience and rashness of doing things kind of like spontaneously, but maybe sometimes without thinking first, not realizing that, there has to be some sort of methodical approach, not just doing something haphazardly because you want it so much, and not and forethought and putting a lot of thought into what you're doing. So you may have been trying to do something prematurely or without thinking enough about it, and so it's misaligned. And it could be because of this person that you're trying, you might be trying to really get away from a certain individual, like if this is an authority figure to you, like a boss, but you're not really doing things thoroughly, perhaps, or you're not really paying attention to timing, and it's falling flat. And when I have the card that represents the challenge, or what is blocking what it is that you're trying to do, I have the 4 of Cups, another Cups. This is a card of dissatisfaction. So it could be like your emotions are getting the best of you. Aries is a very positive sign. I really feel that way. However, I think that sometimes with Aries, there's a tendency to not want to stick things out. Like if things are, like you tend to get very bored easily, or just things become too predictable for you and you're ready to move on. But the problem is that sometimes you do have to go through a little bit of struggle to get where you're going. I know, like in Law of Attraction, they talk about not going upstream, and I get that, but I still think that sometimes you do have to kind of like keep going, and when things get boring, they get predictable, you still have to push through because maybe it is slow. Aries people, they're very grandiose. They want to see quick results, and they want to see, massive results. And I understand that, but you have to be realistic and all of those things. And so you may be feeling, for some reason, a sense of emotional disappointment about something that's going on in your life, and that's like making it hard to make those changes or to do the thing that you really want to do. What's coming in, and I love this card because I think this card might even be you, or it could be Leo. I think they say it's Sagittarius, I'm not sure. But anyway, Father of Wands is the King of Wands. So here we have but it's in the upright position. We have this contrast, but this is what's coming in. This might be the dilemma at hand or the matter at hand, but this is actually the card of what's coming in. Father of Wands King of Wands is about stepping into your power. And sometimes, and that's why I say, you know, with the King of Cups reversed, if you have somebody in your life who has been that authority figure for you, so typically it'll be like a father or a stepfather, somebody like that, and you see this person and they don't seem happy, and you have always wanted to experience something different than that. It can be really a challenge in the sense that, you know, it's not enough to not want something. We have to have a vision for ourselves. And part of that is being able to like not react to life, but to act. And I think that sometimes the fire signs, see, I'm a Sagittarian. Fire signs tend to be rebellious because we're autonomous, or we want to be autonomous. And when you rebel, you're reacting to something that is pushing against you. And even though that makes perfect sense in some cases to push back against somebody trying to overpower you or whatever, it still is a reaction. It's not taking that initiative. And that is, to me, what the Father of Wands or the King of Wands is about, is that you have your vision and you're taking that initiative based on your dreams. Not like if you had an overbearing parent, like a father who said, oh, I want you to be a doctor, and you wanted to be an artist. That you said, damn it, I'm going to be an artist. And you're like angry, and you're approaching everything from this stance of like, I'm going to show them, instead of like, when I say stepping into your power, there's no explanation and there's no apology. It's like, I'm just doing this, and this is how it's going to be. The outcome is the Six of Cups. And this is a card that's connected to Cancer, and it's about the good old days. So it really is a card of home and family and the past and childhood. And you see those, this is one of the cards in this deck that I think is pretty good at explaining what this card means, because first of all, you know, the cups represent emotions. So there's a sentimental feeling when we think about the past. And then you have the roots. And that really is, you know, the ideal of the past or childhood, is that you felt like there was some sort of foundation, or this sense of being rooted in place and having stability, having, you know, traditions and things that we associate with that. However, not every child does have that kind of experience. That's just how it is. Sometimes we have to create this for ourselves as adults because we never had it as children. I feel blessed that I did. You know, in spite of everything else, I feel blessed that I had that. I feel blessed that I lived in a home, that I wasn't moving around a lot. You know, my own father moved around many times growing up, and that takes its toll. Probably why he made sure that he had a house. And, you know, he grew up during the Great Depression, so there was probably a lot of that where people, you know, trying to save money or just whatever. And so anyway, what I see about this, and I'm even looking at the Two of Pentacles, is I want you to think about something that you were passionate about as a child, that, you know, you just always would do, and you just had joy attached to it. Because when people say, oh, I don't know what I want to do with my life, it's usually a lot of baloney. They usually had some kind of thing that brought them a lot of joy. I'm not talking about if you like to play baseball and your 50 years old now, and I'm not saying, oh yeah, become a professional ball player, because really it doesn't even have to be your profession as long as you're doing it, because it's still going to be a touchstone. It's still going to kind of like bring you back to that sense of alignment. This card is right below the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and maybe you need to look to the past to remember what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And I think with the King of Wands, that can be the case, where you are like no longer apologizing for going after your dreams, following your bliss. If this is relationship related, the Six of Cups is a soulmate card. Maybe you're with someone who has a drinking problem, who has emotional problems, who tries to blame you. People who have emotional problems, a lot of times they try to blame other people for their life not working out. And that to me is a weakness, because it's immaturity to blame other people. Blaming is not the answer, obviously. And so if you have somebody like that in your life, and especially if they're close to you, you may feel this twinge of guilt, like, oh wow, I'm failing this person. I'm supposed to be doing X, Y, Z. And, they're not happy with my behavior. But on the other hand, that could be that's when the King of Cups is in reverse, it can be a manipulation where they're trying to make you obligated, that you're really not, that you're, feeling the sense of codependency more than anything else. So it may be relationship related, that you're no longer in sync with someone. And the Six of Cups is soulmate card. So it's up to you to step into your power and deal with this situation, because with the Four of Cups, you could be dissatisfied with a relationship. And yet you're afraid to take that next step. Two of Pentacles can be like there are two people that you're dealing with or juggling. Anyway, that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.